Here's part 2 of how we poured our concrete countertops. We started off by mixing the concrete with enough water to make it a milkshake-like consistency. You definitely want to be careful you're not mixing too much at one time or you might break your drill just like this and you have to go back to the store and buy a new one. Once you have your cement mixed, you're going to want to spray your cement board with water to make sure that the concrete doesn't dry out too quickly. Here we just used a steel trowel to spread out the mix evenly and make sure that it sits flush with the countertop. After we spread it out, we used a giant ruler to screed the concrete and make sure that it is exactly flush with the top. This is definitely a super messy process, so make sure to do plenty of prepping beforehand and put down a lot of plastic or you're going to have a huge mess to clean up afterwards. Josue ended up staying and mixing the concrete in the garage majority of the time while I stayed and leveled out the concrete. It's definitely at least a two-person job. We kind of wish we had a third person to give him a break every once in a while because it is a lot of work to mix it up. Here you can see kind of the consistency we ended up. We did have a little bit more water than we probably should have, which is okay because it will dry out over time, but looking back, it was really messy and we probably would have done a little less. Here you can see our forms started leaking a little bit because I guess we didn't seal them perfectly enough, and so that was me freaking out trying to clean it all up, and that took about 20-30 minutes. Looking back, I definitely wish we would have put even more plastic down because the thinner plastic did leak a little bit and we got some on the cabinets, but luckily we were able to clean it off in time and it wasn't a big issue. So after we waited for the concrete to dry for a few hours, we took a metal screed to smooth out the top a bit more. You want to make sure it's pretty hard at this point or you can kind of mess up the top. Here's what it looked like before we poured the concrete, and here is what it looks like right now. Tomorrow we'll be snapping off the front forms to reveal the concrete edges, so make sure to click plus for more and follow along for more updates.